Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to you with that instant basket playoff analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about how the Minnesota Timberwolves come back from being down by 19 to beat the Nuggets 119 to 114 in game two. Now they're going home for game 3 and 4 in Minnesota with a chance to possibly go up in the series. We have to see. Denver won the first quarter 39-25. Minnesota won the second quarter 39-25. So they ended up swapping at that point. Jamal Murray hit a buzzer beater to make it tied up going into halftime. Denver won the third quarter 29-26. Sad part about it though is that they lost the fourth quarter 29-21 to lose this game. It looked like it was going into overtime, but Jamal Murray missed the elbow jumper. Jokic missed some shots near the rim. He passed up some shots. Christian Braun missed free throws. It was just a mess from the Nuggets. I don't even know what happened to them down the stretch. I don't even know why they were so passive and so indecisive. But does it matter now? No, because the game is over and the game is won by the Timberwolves. Julius Randle played 36 minutes. He ended up getting 24 points. He was really physical in this game. He was bumping, rocking, and knocking around in the paint a lot. And that also helped him get to the free throw line. He went 8 of 10 from the free throw line, went 7 of 14 from the field, and 2 of 4 from 3. You had to be happy that he was physical. You had to be happy that he was aggressive. You had to be happy that he was even making his threes in this one, and ended up helping Minnesota a ton. He also had 9 boards and 6 assists. And then he had 1 turnover. And you just want him to make quick reads whenever he gets the ball if he's not going to score. And that's what he was able to do. He also had 4 personal fouls and was a +6 and plus-minus. Jaden McDaniels took a lot of questionable shots, but he played 37 minutes and had 14 points. You're taking that because he went 7 of 15 from the field, 0 of 3 from the three-point line, 0 of 1 from the free throw line. He missed some shots because it was late in the shot clock. He had to put something up, and it was also rush shots because of that. But other than that, he was able to get a lot of high percentage looks with his drives and being in the right spots at the right time and cutting at the right time. He also had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 offensive rebound. The worst part of his night was having 5 personal fouls, but he still played a lot of minutes and was still relied on a lot, even defensively, for the Timberwolves. He finished as a +6 and plus-minus. And then Rudy Gobert played 28 minutes. He ended up being the only starter to not score in double figures in points. He finished with 2 points. He only took 4 shots, though. He went 1 of 4 from the field and missed every single free throw, only going 0 of 2 from the free throw line. He did have 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals. He also had 3 offensive rebounds and 5 personal fouls. They was really going at him. They was really testing his footwork, testing his body, and just making it seem like no matter what you're going to try to do, we're going to try to come at you and force you to make a decision. And he got in foul trouble because of that. But he was a -4 and plus-minus. Dante DiVincenzo came up big for them with his ability to score at the rim and from the three-point line. He did it throughout the entire game, and he even stepped up in clutch moments defensively. 31 minutes, 16 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. He did, though, go 0 of 2 from the free throw line, but he also had 7 rebounds and 6 assists, and he's always that guy that's always making extra pass or making open shots, and you have to like the fact that he bought into that role. 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 3 personal fouls, and a +20 and plus-minus. And then Anthony Edwards played the most minutes on the team with 40. He did get 30, which was game high for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And he also went 10 to 25 from the field. So a lot of jumpers, a lot of tough drives. He just couldn't make them the way that he wanted to in this one. He also went 3 of 11 from 3, which isn't a strong performance when it comes to efficiency. But, you know, he felt like they was good looks. He felt like he could make them Sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. And today was one of them days where they didn't. He did go 7 to 9 from the free throw line. Still was aggressive enough to get there. And you have to like the fact that he was trying to do whatever he can to keep the Denver Nuggets defenders guessing. And it's tough to do that throughout the entire game, but it ended up working out for him. He did have 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal. He also had 2 blocks, which was game high for the Timberwolves. And he was the only person to record a block or more in this game for the Timberwolves, showing you how hard it is to do that. He had 1 offensive board, 2 personal fouls, was a 0 and plus minus. Kyle Anderson got on the court for 5 minutes. He missed his only shot. Still gave you 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal. And a personal foul, was a +3 and plus minus. He's always been a good passer. He always been understanding how to use his body. And that's why he can do multiple things, because he's a guy that understands how to play the game and how to do it fundamentally right too. Nas Reed played 27 minutes. That was the most off the bench. He took the most shots off the bench with 9, and he finished 4 of 9 from the field for 11 points. He went 1 of 3 from 3 and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He missed some easy ones in this one. It happens, but obviously you want to see him play better than this in the next game, and they're going to need it to be that way if they're going to beat Denver in this series. He's going to have to step it up defensively and offensively, and he's capable of it. We just have to see if he can do it. He had 9 boards. That was the most off the bench, with an assist, no turnovers, 2 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls. It was a -4 and plus minus. Mike Conley played 4 minutes. He didn't score a basket because he took no shots. He did get 2 assists. You know, he can run the offense. You know, he can find guys. He also had no turnovers, and the personal foul was a +1 and plus minus. Ayo Dosunmu played 22 minutes. He gave them some real good minutes. He gave them 9 points, went 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He was attacking. He was getting out and trying to get to the basket as much as he could, and it was working. But it also got, some situations where he didn't make it and got contested and blocked. He had 4 rebounds and 5 assists. The 5 assists was the most off the bench. He's a guy that has a lot of talent around him, and he's always looking for the best decision to make. And he's getting better at taking care of the ball, scoring efficiently, and passing. And when you have the talent that they do, they complement him very well. He had 1 turnover, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, was a -3 and plus minus. And then Bones Highland was a big reason why they was able to get back in the game and stay in the game. He played 10 minutes, but his 13 points on 4 of 5 shooting from the field and 3 of 4 shooting from 3 and 2 of 2 shooting from the free throw line really gave them that extra jolt that they needed to be able to still hang with the Nuggets when things looked like the Nuggets can run away with it. He kept making shots to make sure they didn't. And that's something that a lot of guys, even like Nas Reed and DiVincenzo, was able to do for them too. 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal for Bones, and he also had 4 personal fouls and was a 0 and plus minus. And you look at the Denver Nuggets, they played a really short rotation, just like the Timberwolves. And this one, they went with the guys they know best. Aaron Gordon, it seemed like he just wasn't out there sometimes offensively. 37 minutes, he ended up being the only starter to not score in double figures. He did have 8 points, but he went 3 of 9 from the field and 1 of 4 from 3. He hit the wide open 3, but he missed a couple of them too. And then he went 1 of 2 also from the free throw line. Like, what's going on? And this game turns out different if he makes a couple more shots. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers. He is a guy that's going to keep the ball moving. That's how they all play. And he made some good reads and some good passes. He also had 4 personal fouls and was a -1 and plus minus. Cam Johnson missed a lot of open ones too. He finished 1 of 6 from 3. They needed a lot of those to go down. Didn't happen though. And then he went 2 of 2 from the free throw line and finished 5 of 10 from the field. Good drives to the basket really helped his night. And the 13 points was still takeable in those 28 minutes. He had 1 rebound, 2 assists, no turnovers, and the steal. And then his worst part of the night, besides the missing threes, was having 5 personal fouls that really kept him out the game. And they couldn't really use him the way that they wanted to because he kept just getting in trouble with, how he was defending. He was a -10 and plus minus though. Nikola Jokic, he played 40 minutes. He kept chucking up threes. And he went 1 of 7 from 3. It didn't really work out for him either. but he finished 8 of 20 from the field because he missed some layups, even in the clutch. He missed the hook shot and stuff like that. And you know, those are possessions where you feel like it's Jokic. He'll figure out how to put it in the basket, he'll get it done before the game is over. And the shooting and the scoring just never was there the entire game, and that's a shocker because he usually does get it done for them. He didn't even get a triple double. He had 15 boards, which is a real good thing. But he finished with 8 assists, and that's good, especially for a big, but not for Jokic. He also had 3 turnovers in the block. And I'm not gonna make it seem like he had a bad game because his assists did find the open targets. They just didn't make a lot of them at the same time. He had 3 personal fouls and was a +1 and plus minus. And then Jamal Murray played the most minutes off the bench. I mean, most minutes in the game for the Denver Nuggets. He played 43. He ended up being game high 30 with Anthony Edwards. But he also went 11 of 25 from the field. And that's one more make than Anthony Edwards because he went 10 of 25, like I said before. But he went 6 of 14 from three. I didn't really have a problem with a lot of his shot selection. It just he was dribbling a lot sometimes, and then the shot clock got low, and then he had to give it to Jokic, or I got to make a play. And it's like you had so much time already on the clock, you could have been doing that the whole time. And then now you got to force up a tough shot that the Minnesota Timberwolves was happy for you to take. But since he lacked some court awareness and some IQ here and there, it ended up helping the Timberwolves make runs and get back in the game and stay in striking distance to be able to win, which they ultimately ended up doing. But Jamal Murray had 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 turnovers, and a steal. He also had 3 offensive rebounds, no personal fouls, and was a -4 in plus minus. Christian Braun played 35 minutes. He had 16 points. He got the finishes around the rim. He ended up making the three. He missed the other 2 threes, so he finished 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 5 of 9 from the field, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds and 5 assists. Just good passing, good cutting, good ball movement, and good relocating and getting out in transition helps as well. And that's something that he really does at a high level. He had 2 steals. That was the most on the team. He had 1 personal foul and was a +4 and plus minus. Spencer Jones, 10 minutes. He didn't score a basket because he didn't take any. He had 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, and was a -4. And plus minus, Jonas Valanciunas, 3 minutes. He ended up getting 2 rebounds, no turnovers, 1 offensive rebound out of the 2 and 2 personal fouls, and was a -4 and plus minus. Tim Hardaway Jr. played the most minutes off the bench with 27. Took some goofy shots, and the Nuggets did get a couple and 1 3s point plays in this game, and they was in the same quarter. And he gave you 16. He was the only guy that really stepped up and had a big night. But he also played the most minutes, gave him a lot of opportunities, and he also took the most shots. He went 4 of 9 from the field and went 3 of 3 from three. And then he finished 5 of 8 from the free throw line. He probably wanted to make a couple more free throws. Other than that, he had a really good night. He had 3 rebounds, no turnovers, and a steal. He was the only person off the bench to get a steal. He also had 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and was a +4 and plus minus. And then Bruce Brown got it done defensively in this one. And if he wasn't doing that, he was trying to find a way to get open. He went 2 of 4 from three and 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 7 points in 16 minutes. He also had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. The 2 assists was the most off the bench. He was the only person to get an assist off the bench or more. He had 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, and was a -11 and plus minus. And then you look at the Denver Nuggets, they shot 86 shots from the field. They made 44% of them. The Timberwolves shot 90. They made 48% of them. And then 41 threes taken by the Nuggets. They made 37% of them. And then the Timberwolves shot 34 of them, and they shot 41% of them. And then both teams took 30 free throws. It's just the Nuggets shot 71%, while the Timberwolves shot 63%. 49 rebounds by the Timberwolves, 43 for the Nuggets, 28 assists for the Nuggets, 30 for the Timberwolves, 9 turnovers for the Nuggets, 12 for the Timberwolves, 5 steals for the Nuggets, 6 for the Timberwolves, 1 block for the Nuggets, 2 for the Timberwolves, 5 offensive rebounds for the Nuggets, 9 for the Timberwolves, 38 defensive rebounds for the Nuggets, 40 for the Timberwolves, 24 personal fouls for the Nuggets, and 30 of them for the Timberwolves. I mean, you got to give credit to the Timberwolves for just staying, with their head in the game the right way, because you get down by 19 against a team like Denver with two killers in Jamal Murray and Jokic, some all NBA performers, the best at the two of the best at their position, and Jokic is the best at his position right now. And you looking at it like they got up that much, and yeah, the Timberwolves are a team that have shown that they can make comebacks. Yeah, they have Anthony Edwards. Yeah, they have a good supporting cast that's athletic, mobile, and can space the floor and attack the rim and create some disruptions defensively. But you would think that no, Jokic and Murray would figure it out. Give them the ball, let them play the two-man game with some good supporting cast. They'll figure out how to close that game. And it just didn't happen. They ended up blowing this opportunity to go up 2-0 going into game three. The Timberwolves should be happy. This is a game that they felt like they had to just keep riding the momentum, creating opportunities and making things pop off for them the way that they needed to. And the fact that they was able to get the steals and was able to move the ball and was able to get the stops and was able to make, the Nuggets second guess themselves from time to time, even in the fourth quarter, even when it was money time, shows you the effect that they was having on the Nuggets. And I didn't really see guys like Jokic and Murray have questionable decision making until this game. Like, do I want to shoot? Do I want to pass? What do I want to do right now? And that's how they was playing in the fourth. That's how they played throughout this game. Like, sometimes they just didn't even know what they wanted to do sometimes. And you don't really see that happen with Jamal Murray or Jokic really ever, because they already know if they want to pass or score, how they want to go about it. Tonight they was thinking about it a little bit too much, and it ended up causing them to get a run made by Minnesota to cut it. They was able to cut it again, and then they was able to close them out. And you just don't want to see that happen. But this is a series where both teams can match up well against each other. Both teams can get hot for a couple possessions, but the Nuggets should be able to outgrind them possession-wise, especially on the offensive end. And the Minnesota Timberwolves do have players that can go cold or can miss shots, and that's an opportunity for the Nuggets to go up by 4, go up by 8, and find a way to get the win before the game is over. But that didn't happen tonight. Timberwolves came back. They was able to continue to make shots. They was able to continue to stand toe-to-toe with them defensively when it mattered. And they even can make an argument that the Nuggets sometimes was thinking too much. And it ended up allowing the Timberwolves to stay in it and have a chance to win it. And if you're the Timberwolves, you ain't complaining. We wanted to win this game. We came to win this game, and we got it done. Wasn't pretty. Wasn't nice. Wasn't the greatest game ever. But it was a win. And it's whoever win 4 games before the other team. So now you got to win 3 games. We got to win 3 games. But the game's going to be played now in Minnesota. So you got to beat us at home like we beat y'all at home. If not, we going to have home court advantage for the rest of the series. So Denver know they got a lot on their plate. They know they got a tough opponent. They know it's going to be difficult to get these wins. And they probably tired of Minnesota. They probably didn't want to really play them, but the West can be like that. It ain't no easy way unless you 1 or 2. Them teams are tough also, compared to the East in the first round. But if I had to be honest with you, this is the West. So both teams done got to the conference finals. The Nuggets done won the West before and won the title. So they know how grindy, how tough, and how hard it can be to win games, even in the first or second round before you even get to the conference finals. But it's the West, so, it's going to be tough. This series is going to be tough, and it's going to be a blessing and an honor to watch it. But it's also going to be, who really can be grueling, who really can just be tough for the entire time throughout the game. And that's the team that's going to win. But we'll see who gets it done, and that should be fun watching and seeing how they get it done and how the games go and how the series ends up going for both teams. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.